Hi there, my name is Tercy Engelhardt, and I want to welcome you both to 2024 and to the first episode of the Unreasonably Grateful podcast for this year. And thank you for being here. Every episode, I always say, I so appreciate you sharing your journey with me and allowing me to share my journey with you. And while some of you have been with me for a few years now, others of you may actually be listening for the first time. And all of you are welcome. All of you matter. You make a difference. And I'm excited to continue on this journey together. So, just a couple reminders. Every week I sit down and I get still and I listen for what tidbits of wisdom that I've gleaned over my now 38-year of recovery from 20 years of dealing with an addictive lifestyle, of living with an eating disorder, and healing from sexual abuse as a teenager. What little wisdom might I share in a way that perhaps you just haven't heard it that way before, and hearing it in some new way, or maybe you're just open to it now for the first time, and you see something about yourself or your journey or your past that gives you a little bit more freedom, that helps you better understand, or you see an opening that perhaps you hadn't seen before. So that's my hope. Um, I certainly did, listening to other people's stories. I know that we learn from one another's stories. And so, just as I was grateful for the people who shared their journey or their stories with me, I'm grateful for the opportunity to share mine. And I hope that they make a difference for you, that, yeah, you get a little further down the road. So, this particular episode is called Letting Go and Opening Up. And, you know, New Year's brings all kinds of things, right? People make New Year's resolutions, or you get a new calendar, you get a new date book. There's all these blank pages. And then throughout the year, obviously, we fill those up. So it's my hope that this year that we can enter into it more consciously and then stay more conscious or aware in the year. And as 2023 was wrapping up, I found myself thinking about, I want to do something different this year. I want to make a change in the podcast, and I'm still navigating exactly what that might look like. But I'd like to start this year out with each of us writing a letter to ourselves. And I want you to consider that the you that perhaps has kept you separated from that divine being that you were created as, that gets in the way of your deepest spiritual connection to a God who loves you. And if you don't use the word God, fill in another word. But whatever it is that separates you, get in touch with something about that being that you could actually write a letter and let go of that attachment, or loosen the ties of that friendship. Now, one of the things that I've recognized is, um, let's see, how did I see it? I see it as, okay, so you may be like myself, where I see that I get caught in my will. I keep trying. I want to do better. I want to feel better. I want to look better. I want to act better. And so I keep efforting to do that. And while great, awesome, but you always, my experience, I always fall short doing it that way. And I want you to consider that if I could let go of that, that is the self will, the my will, and I could open up more to divine will, God's will, love's will in my life, I could actually be functioning from that place rather than trying to get to that place. So, see what I mean? Okay, so how do we do that? Well, one of the things I've learned, and I had a good friend who's an amazing pastor, Erwin McManus, and he shared with me once, you can't keep working to put out the fire, the current fire that's burning your efforts, creating your will, feeding your will. You got to build a bigger fire, a better fire. So I've also seen over these years that until we're grateful for what is, it's difficult to move beyond that because we kind of get stuck in um, that cycle of, well, I'm trying hard. If only, oh, that's still all about me. I shouldn't. I wouldn't. If only I had. Like we get caught in our efforting. So the subtitle of this podcast is by grace, living in grace by choice. So the choices at this particular uh, point in this journey is the choices to let go and to open up. So let's write a letter and thank that part of ourselves that still thinks it can do better or get better or try harder, that's still efforting as if to earn something: love, goodwill, acknowledgement, recognition. It still thinks that if only I could do this, then my life, my relationships, my finances would be better. See if we can't write a letter to that aspect of ourselves. And first of all, thank them for their years of service, their years of maybe keeping you on the path, maybe making incremental improvement along the way. But now here we are at the beginning of 2024. We've gone through New Year's. We've got a week under our belt. We've still got this blank calendar or this blank date book or a clean page on our computer. So let's see if we can't write a letter and thank, appreciate that aspect of ourselves that has been trying so hard for probably so many years, and really delve in, thank them, give thanks, appreciate them, be specific, acknowledge them for all the ways that he or she has shown up. And then let it go and be willing to open up and see if we can't make more room for divine will. If we weren't efforting what might fill that place. And that's a great question. Maybe sit in silence a bit. Maybe once you've let go, see if you can't keep that space open. Maybe it's a prayer. Maybe it's a song. Maybe it's a poem. Maybe it's a walk in the woods. Maybe it's smelling the flowers, noticing the frost, appreciating the rain. But see if you can't keep that space open so more divine will can enter in. Okay? Great way to start 2024. I'm going to do it too, and I'll share more about it next time. Happy New Year. Welcome to New Year and New You, the clean slate. And again, thank you for being a part of this journey with me. A quick reminder, I don't have your answers, you do. This is just an opportunity for us to learn and grow together. And on Tuesdays, I do offer individual sessions on a donation basis where I get the privilege as an elder to just sit with you and to reflect back and share with you a little bit of what I see, which perhaps is a new view or a healthier, more robust version of yourself. Because oftentimes we're looking at ourselves through self criticism as well. So if that's something you're interested in, you can sign up on terseenglehart.com. So welcome. I'm excited for 2024 and to continue on this journey together. And I'll see you next week.